Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Crystal Crusaders Side Stories. I'm your DM Bread. Joining me today is James, playing Alexei, and my four good friends who, once again, have volunteered to continue their roles as random mercenaries that have been hired by Alexei. We are going to go ahead and kind of kick things back off where we left off the last time. But first, just as a quick refresher, because I'm sure he totally remembers everything that happened in his specific, downtime session that I made just for him. James, if you would please tell us what happened last time during your adventures.
Yes. So last time on the magnificent adventures of Alexei Gadancia von Bourbon, Alexei, managed to hire the mercenaries and, met up with the group that was supplied to her by Tashlin Yafira. After having met up with them, she explained to them the whole goal of the mission, that we were going to go and retrieve a tower up in the Sword Mountains, years ago owned by a mage named Lumar, and Amari, who have both since you know, gone missing, presumed dead. Um, as such, the tower has fallen into the remit of the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors, but they will give it to Alexei, provided she manages to claim the tower for herself and retrieve the information that they have left behind. So, Alexei met up with the party. We all had our introductions and then headed out. They're all hired currently on a 10-day. So as they made their way up through the mountains and the peaks, they got a little bit lost for a little bit, but then they found their way again up onto the path. We had to climb up the steep hills and the mountains. Some of you got exhausted. I can't remember who. Um, but eventually, after we made it to the peak, we then made our way along the path and
Almost
then came.
everyone.
Yeah, I think almost everyone. We made our way along the path and then came across a man blocking our road. He appeared to be a red mage. He may have supplied his name, who knows? But he said that we were not allowed to continue onwards, and that if there was a tower there, that we should consider looking elsewhere. We refused to turn back, as we had to keep going, and besides, he's not the king of the mountain, he can't tell us what to do. And that's when he decided to unleash upon us his, undead thralls to try and stop us. The thralls were defeated, and the red mage took quite a few hits from a very powerful gun. After that, he decided that this probably wasn't worth it, or maybe that he just wanted to leave. And then he decided to zip out of existence and vanish.
Maybe
After
he
having
needed to
left,
use the bathroom.
probably. And then after he
Add
was
that up.
gone, we all decided to settle down for a quick short rest in order to recover ourselves before we made our way up the path further onwards, before we came across what appeared to be a hole carved into the side of the mountain with some doors that then slammed shut. And then what appeared to be like a magic mouth started speaking to us, and it said something. And that's where we left off, Brad.
Yes, so last time we left off, you are all currently outside of this sort of strange metallic doorway that has then constructed into the mountainside. You can see the edges. It's like a circular sort of door. The edges of it are all marked with these like faintly blue glowing runes that are kind of like etched around it in some sort of pattern. And yeah, you hear this voice emanating from the door, and as it does, these glyphs kind of begin lighting up in sequence with the lights, with the words. And you hear this like soft voice going, "Hello, you are speaking with the Structure for Assisted Magic. Please state your business." What do you do?
I suppose Alexei would speak up and say, "Hello, magic door. I'm currently looking for the tower that once belonged to a mage named Illumar and Amari. I don't suppose you could help us."
And he says, "If you are looking for the residence of Ilumar and Amari, you have found it. However, I would note that I am not a door."
You're not a door.
"No, I am the Structure for Assisted Magic."
You look like a door.
Looks very much like a door.
"The door is but a small part of my construct."
Could you possibly make the door ajar?
"That would be quite difficult."
But you just closed it.
He says, "Noted. subjects seem unresponsive to attempts at humor.
Query.
Oh, I get it.
You do? I don't.
I guess he had to be there.
She was there. No, never mind. All right. How would we go about getting the door open? Do you have?
Can I make any sense of the runes that are on it?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
I probably should have done that a while ago, but here we go. 12! Oh, I'm so awesome!
Okay. So these runes
Wait,
are...
what does the Arcana check do?
So it's to, like, know things, like, that are magical in nature, right? So if you find, like, a weird spell in a book or, like, these strange magical runes, you can make, like, an Arcana check to try to, like, discern more information or, like, what your character would know about that sort of thing. So in this case...
Okay. We have smart people, knowledgeable people in our party. Good.
So in this case, these runes are quite complex. They're actually a little bit more complicated than you can necessarily figure out, but you do know that their main intention, they function similarly to the sort of glyphs that you would place upon a like construct to animate it, but these ones seem far more complicated.
Interesting.
Okay.
Pascal, can you please try to interface with the door?
How does Pascal do that?
Just walk up and sniff it. Maybe bark a little bit.
Just bust out the USB cables and start like plugging in.
Give it a lick, see how it tastes.
Go Pascal, we believe in you.
Can Pascal pee on the door so they connect?
Sure. He does have liquid reserve so that his nose and tongue remain moist.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so Pascal walks up to the door and, like, just is a dog, like a robot dog. And
And
you
it's
hear
a robot door. They should know. They should understand each other.
And you hear the door say, your robotic companion appears to be leaking.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is there any requirements to open this door? I ask the building.
And he says, well, if you could please just state your business, perhaps we can see if I will allow you to enter. Do you have a meeting with Ilumar or Amari?
Well, I was sent here by the watchful orders of Manchester Protectors to try and recover their research. They've been missing for years, and many people think they're dead. Are they still there?
Processing. Ilumar and Amari
Actually,
have
we
not...
have just delivered their pizza.
Processing. That sounds delicious. Could I see it?
I fly.
Okay, what do I roll to show them the pizza?
You don't
We
have a
surely
pizza
have.
to show them.
I should have something in my bag that looks like a pizza.
I don't think that you have anything that looks like a pizza.
Can I paint my shield to look like a pizza?
Yes, but it will take quite a good amount of time and also paint.
Can I use prestidigitation to do the illusory image that can fit in my hand? So it's just like a piece of pizza.
Just like a single slice of pizza, a single slice of illusory pizza.
A single 6-inch slice of illusory pizza.
We got hungry on the way here.
Everyone, I have a solution. I can just
There you go.
show them a fake pizza.
Yeah, so while this is all going on, you're trying to discuss like where to get this pizza from. The door again, there's like a moment of silence, and it says, anyways, in response to your earlier query, I have found references to the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors in my database. They are benefactors. If you are working for them, perhaps I can let you inside. One moment. And you see the runes kind of like dim, and there's a long moment where like nothing really seems to be happening. You're kind of thinking like, did this like robot door just like abandon us here or something? Before suddenly you hear like the sound of like pneumatic decompression as like kind of like steam emerges off the edges of the door, and it sort of
What the fuck?
apertures open, and you see inside there is a long hallway about 20 foot across. The ceiling is only about like 8 foot high, but you notice that there is there's like a table off to one side. And you notice that on this table, there is a number of what appear to be plates and glasses that appear to have just sort of like refreshments basically like set up. And you hear a voice kind of like emanating from within, and it says, "Please enter." And it says, "I have taken the liberty of providing refreshments."
What did it say when I was asking about Illumar and Amari? Are they still there?
I go start eating and drinking immediately.
Yeah, so the first thing you would notice...
You'll turn into a frog.
As you run up and begin eating the food, the first thing you notice is that while it is filling, it is all quite bland. As far as
Mr.
like,
Door, do you have
taste.
any salt?
He says, processing. Unfortunately, our reserves of sodium chloride have been depleted for 2 years.
Oh, it's all good. I got.
Yeah, so, and you ask about, like, the Ilmar and Amari, and it just sort of says, to the best of my knowledge, although Ilmar has been late to report, their report was due in -2 years, 5 months, 30 days ago.
I see. 30 days, eh? Okay. Okay. Well, I suppose, I'll step inside. I'll grab a drink as well. Why not? It's free food.
Sure, yeah. So inside, like I said, you can see that there's like there's a hallway. It seems to be about like 80 feet long. It's all sort of like dimly lit by these glowing runes that match the ones that were on the door. You see like these sort of like metallic walls are like kind of like there's a ring of these runes along the center of the wall that are all like pulsing and glowing softly. And you notice that there's several doors in this hallway. There's one to the left about like 20 feet or so, and then like one to the right a little bit past that, and then there's one like large set of double doors at the very end, and they're all sort of like these shiny like metallic doors.
Okay, I see. I'll sort of say out loud, I guess, to the magical assistant. It's like, do you have a name or some sort of designation that we can refer to you as?
Yeah, so he says, I am the structure for magical or assistive magic. And he says, you may call me Sam.
Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Good afternoon, Sam. You're not gonna shut the door behind
And he says,
us, are you?
2 Pascal.
2 Pascals, apparently.
Oh, we have 2 Pascals. They multiply. Good.
Double Pascals. I don't know how that happened. That's quite interesting.
Leave that one. We need it.
Sam is just like, I like the look of your dog. I think I will create a clone, and just makes another one.
Yeah, so he sort of there's a moment where it says query. According to my databases, it is traditional for one to introduce themselves as well. Is this not true?
No, true enough. I am Alexei Cadencia von Bourbon.
Okay. Yeah, and it says noted. Added to visitor registration. Do any of the rest of you
Be
Yeah.
polite.
Yeah, sure. I'll say, yeah, Captain Reynard Bordeaux of the Black Panther Mercenary Company.
With my mouth full. Hey, I'm dizzy.
Dizzy, that's not very polite. I'm Elenara.
Sorry.
Yeah, so sort of noted. And
So, guess I'll speak up and I'll say it's like, Sam, I don't suppose you could be able to direct us to the location about where the research was that Elumar and Amari were working on?
Processing says the research should be stored in the library. It is the first door on your left.
Huh. Turn around and it's like, well, maybe this will be easier than we expected. Boop, 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 boop. Open the door.
Okay, opening the door, you see that it opens into a room with large stone shelves that jut out from the walls. Most of them appear to be empty. There are a number of tomes that perhaps at one point in time lined them that are scattered around the room, lying on wooden tables, strewn over armchairs, and discarded on the floor. There is a small wooden bookshelf packed with thinner, more ornate volumes sitting in the far corner.
The mess in here. What happened, Sam?
And it just sort of says, these volumes were processed.
What do you mean processed?
And he says, the knowledge was transferred. The vessels...
Transferred to what?
This is to my knowledge database.
Where can we access this database?
And he says, I am afraid that there is no external access to the database.
How did you interact with all these books?
He says, I absorbed them.
But I mean, they're physically strewn about. Do you have appendages or automatons for that you control?
And he sort of says, I have... And it kind of gets, like, quiet for a bit. And then you're, like, processing. Yes, I have assistants.
Are they automatons? Or constructs?
Sort of says, processing. They are a part of me.
I don't like this guy.
Someone say constructs?
Just trying to
I'm
determine
getting a
how it is.
slightly bad feeling.
Ditto. I'm just trying to determine how Sam was able to interact with all these books physically, and I sort of like pick one up and like set it down on the table.
Yeah, as soon as you like pick up the book and like set it down, you can see like it's it appears to be some sort of like kind of like bog standard, like kind of like arcane tome, right? That you would find. It's like basic magical theory and the likes. You notice, however, like as you're kind of like flipping through it, that every single one of the pages is blank.
Blank. Okay. Does it look like the ink was like stripped off with some sort of like stripper or?
I mean, no, it literally looks like just like the pages of the book just like never had ink on them to begin with, at least as far as you can tell.
I pick up like another book. Is it also blank?
Yes.
Are all these books blank? I say out loud.
He says, They have been processed, their knowledge absorbed.
This one seems blank to me.
So, by processing the information, you have literally taken all the knowledge out of these books. I say as I sort of like flip through another blank one.
And he just sort of says, of course, these vessels are flimsy. Mine is far more secure. It is safer in here.
Very well. How can you provide us then with a physical copy of the research notes regarding yourself?
Processing. My database has no such notes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't Illumar and Amari looking into the creation of a magical assistant? I presume that's you.
That is correct. I am the structure for assistive magic.
So where have the research notes gone then on you?
He just sort of says, processing. They were unable to be absorbed with the rest of the materials.
I see. So where are they?
Does that mean there is still a physical copy left?
Conjecture. I believe that is correct. I could not obtain it for some reason.
Do you know where they are?
It's like a bit of silence for a moment. It just sort of says, there was a shelf in the library. Illumar forbade me from interfacing with the books.
I see. I sort of look around. Are there any bookshelves that look unmolested?
Come on, guys, it's taking so long. Can't we just find the switch and turn it off?
I don't think it's that easy.
Cool.
As I mentioned when you came into the room, there is a wooden bookshelf that actually has like a number of like thin ornate tomes like resting inside of it in kind of like the back corner of the room.
I suppose I'll make my way over to that bookshelf then.
Don't step into anything nasty.
Can I see your constructs?
He says, I am afraid that I cannot show the results of my research just yet.
Do you want to see mine? Pascal, do a trick.
What kind of trick does Pascal do?
Very dramatically playing dead.
Small cue violin music.
Like I just pull out my gun and point it at him.
And he says, "Oh my, your companion would seem to have had a terminal malfunction."
Nah, he's fine.
No, we need the workshop. Can you show us to the workshop, please? We need to save the companion.
There's like a moment, and he just sort of says, unfortunately, the workshop is off limits.
I'm just looking through all the books while this is going on, Brad.
So meanwhile, as everybody else is kind of like conversing with the sort of like strange voice that seems to emanate from the air around you.
His name is Sam, please.
Yes, of course. Alexei, you begin like reaching for some of the tomes. You can see they don't have like titles on them. They look very much like kind of like journals, basically, that have been like lined up on this like single wooden bookshelf. As you reach out to grab one, you will notice that something doesn't quite seem right. As like you're reaching and like pulling out one of the books, and like suddenly this kind of like sticky like viscous liquid drops down on your hand, and as you like pull your hand,
God, I told you not to step into poop.
As you pull your
I'm not
hand,
stepped in anything.
as you pull your hand back, it like strings out from the bookshelf, and as you are like investigating it, you look and you see that looking back at the bookshelf, the top shelf of it has like twisted and morphed itself to look almost like rows of razor sharp teeth, and there are two eyes in the corner that open as it.
Are you actually pulling this shit on me again?
Don't worry, it's only the bookshelf. I thought it was the entire place.
I need everybody to roll initiative as this bookshelf mimic comes to life and attacks.
Why do you keep doing this to me? What have I done to you? What have I done to deserve this?
Finally, something interesting is going on. I've been falling asleep listening you talk to the smartass Sam. Where is my initiative? Please. Oh, I think I did it right.
It doesn't look like your token was selected, but I will just add it on there. 6.
Oh wait. I didn't actually select it, I think.
Yeah, I can just
There we
that
go.
works. So
Okay,
I'll just
how do I
change
do it
to,
properly? So it shows up.
So you click the same button, but first you want to click on your token, like on the map, and make sure it's selected with the like little selection box around it.
Oh.
And then when you hit the button, it will automatically populate it into the turn order.
Okay, so not just in the chat box, but here in the turn order.
Yeah, just click your token, then click initiative in your sheet, and it will do it.
I don't think I can do it again.
No, because it'll
I mean,
change.
I could, but it...
Yeah, I already added
Brad
you
already
in.
had it on there. No.
So, Eleonora, you are the first, basically, to... yeah, you would all be, like, somewhere in the room, basically. Eleonora, you were the first to, like, notice, basically, like, this bookshelf coming alive and, like, looking like it's trying to eat your employer.
Save me, I'm your employer.
Everyone, this bookshelf does not look friendly! So I pull Alexei back to the corner of the room so that he doesn't immediately get
quickly get some of that food from the hallway. We need to stuff that bookshelf full.
We just hit it with your weapons.
Yeah, so can you make for me a strength check?
Oh, we're
Just
doomed.
click on you just click on your strength score, basically, where it says strength.
In the smaller window with saving throws. Smaller frame.
In the box with all your stats, you should be able to just click on the word strength. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like on the very far left, the 6 numbers, click on the word strength.
You got that, Fiora?
Oh wait, me?
Yes, you.
Yes, you have the highest.
I didn't know we
initiative.
were talking about me.
To be honest, yeah, I wasn't
Oh.
sure who we were talking to.
Yeah. Well, she was acting, so I was telling her
Gotcha,
to
gotcha.
do it in response to her actions. So you notice basically as you go to like pull Alexei back, you get maybe like 2 or 3 feet back before like suddenly you feel like stopped by something, and you notice like as you're like pulling Alexei, you feel like kind of like the skin on your hand where you're touching that book beginning to like kind of peel back from being like stuck to it. He appears to be
That's
like
disgusting.
yeah, she appears to be like adhered to the surface of this creature, and you are unable to like break its grasp on her.
Oh, great! The employer is turning into slime.
But that would be part of your movement, basically, kind of running up and grab. So you can still take an action if you would like.
Yeah. Alexei, this might get a little bit hot.
As long
I'm
as you
going
don't hit.
to roast this thing.
No! A 1!
Luckily, there are no critical fumbles, or this could be that could have gone quite badly. Unfortunately, just due to the nature of the situation, your aim is somewhat off, and your spell kind of like goes wide, shooting like a flame at the metallic wall. As it does, as it like impacts the wall, you see a vent kind of like opens up on the side, and this sort of like strange like white foam like pours out and consumes the flame before it reaches the creature.
What is up with this
I guess
thing?
that's the fire alarm.
Okay. The mimic has Alexei in its grasp. It is going to attempt to bite you.
Oh, you just hate the Bourbons, that
and
Brad.
it has advantage.
Yeah, I know, Brad.
Oh man. A 20.
Fuck you. No, it actually hits. So never mind.
It's not giving me the option to roll damage. So here we go. Manually.
Imagine having to type your damage rolls.
Right. So you take a total of 11 points of damage, 9 of which is piercing, and 2 of which is acid.
Is that a dot? Is it ticking?
Luckily, no.
Okay.
So, Captain Renard, it is now your turn.
Unfortunately, it's against the wall, so I cannot help you currently. I will go ahead and, because you're probably gonna want to try to get out of there. I want to go ahead and bless. I don't know what type of, if it's going to be a save or a check, but I'll go ahead and bless myself, Dizzy, and our illustrious leader, Alexei.
Thank you.
And I will allow Dizzy to shoot this thing if she would like to.
First, as you are casting this spell, can you roll a d6 for me?
I could.
I think you have to.
Oh, see,
Yes.
that wasn't asked.
Ooh. Okay. Can you roll another d6 for me?
I could.
Okay. All right. So as you cast this spell, you see it takes effect, right? It blesses your targets. But then you hear a voice over the sort of intercom, quote unquote, and it sort of says, "My database suggests that mortal creatures require breaks." It says, "An estimated period of time has passed. You should take one." And let me see here. Roll. What does this even do? Extra 2. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So is this immune to this or not? I don't think it is.
No. A sleep spell?
So
It's a sleep spell, yeah.
I guess technically it's not immune to it, huh?
2 Pascal?
Yeah.
I don't
You
think
need to
he is.
charm, poison, and exhaustion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is not sleep. So you notice basically that as this happens, there's like a burst of like magical energy, and Pascal just like falls asleep, initiating dog sleep routines.
There's little Z's coming off of him.
He walks around in a circle, right, to make sure that it's a good spot for like
Of course,
a minute,
yeah.
and then he lays.
And then just like yawns loudly, and yeah.
Yeah.
So that happens. But then yeah, your spell goes off as normal.
All right, so yeah, Dizzy, you can shoot this thing and be blessed if you'd like to be.
Yes, Captain.
Uh, 10 is
11.
11, right? Because you have a plus 1.
Bless.
Because bless, yeah.
Oh, yes, bless. So with the additional bonus from the bless, you do, in fact, hit the creature for 14 points of piercing damage. All right. Then we have Alexei.
Damn it. I hate you so much, Brad. You have no idea. I zap him.
Stop touching random objects in rooms.
I'm gonna touch him with my lightning.
At least he was already stuck to it.
A 22 is a hit. Dealing 8 points of lightning damage.
I think I
Course
can't
is-
get out because I used my action, right?
Yeah, you would take an action to try to like break free from this like adhesive grapple.
I'm gonna keep him occupied, guys. Lay into him. That's my turn.
or so she says. Dizzy, you are up. Your companion seems to have fallen asleep on the job.
Would it take an action to wake him?
I believe yes. I believe the sleep spell designates that it requires an action to wake somebody. That
It
is.
does.
I will take an action to pull out his favorite treat and wave it in front of his nose.
Yeah. So after a few moments, like the robotic ears like perk up and his head like darts up and barks loudly as it reaches and grabs for the treat.
I don't know what robot dogs would eat, but
A handful of balls.
Screws
nails.
and bolts probably.
Yes.
yeah, I guess probably.
Yeah.
And then bonus action.
He just got a wrench
Fairy
that
fire.
chews on like a bone.
Come on. There we go. Fairy fire.
All right. So
Oh wait, no, that's not bonus action. Never mind.
action. I was about to say, how are you casting that? Are you a sorcerer? Is that?
No. This branding smite. That's what. No, my other character's a sorcerer, so I'm used to doing fairy fire as a bonus action.
Okay. So, can you roll a d6 for me for no particular reason?
Yeah, no reason at all.
Oh, god damn it!
Did you? Can you roll another d6 for me?
Roll number 6, why don't you?
Please don't.
Oh, even.
Hey, one more than Reynard.
Yeah, that's probably good.
All right. So as you cast this spell, it goes off basically. Enhance your weapon or whatever. But you hear a voice emanate through the room, and it says, "Warning: dangerous levels of magical energy detected. Placing room into safety mode."
Don't do it, Brad. Don't you fucking dare.
But as far as you can tell, there are no effects.
I see.
And if that
Does
is,
Pascal still get his turn?
yeah, because you woke him up before, because he goes after you, so he would still get his turn. He is prone because he fell asleep, but.
Yeah. And the only thing he can do is take the dodge action because you can.
Oh yeah,
so
you
he'll
can,
go-
yeah.
He'll move half his movement because getting up.
Very well. And so then we have, lastly, Ulvira.
This sort of situation. Can I just go up and smash it?
That would be
Please.
advised.
30.
Be careful when you smash it.
Yeah, so you can run up to the creature and give it a swing. Go for it. Roll your attack.
Do I just click on my weapon?
Yeah, just click on the name of the weapon, your one-handed warhammer or whatever it is.
I just select myself.
No, you don't have to for this. Okay, a 21 is a hit, so in the chat box, go ahead and click the Warhammer one-handed text. It should highlight red, and then click that and it'll roll damage. And then I will tell you what happens. Okay. So you deal 12 points of bludgeoning damage with your first strike. However, as the head of your warhammer impacts the side of this creature's body, you go to pull it
It's
back
stuck.
to take another swing, and it is stuck. If you would,
Excellent. Can I add a smite to that?
You certainly
good,
certainly
good,
can.
good.
if
I'm
you would
holding
like to.
it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if you would like to expend a spell slot to activate a divine smite, you are more than welcome to.
Well, I don't have that many left. I have only 3 out of. Well, did the creature take any damage at all?
Yeah. Your attack dealt the full amount of damage. It's just that your hammer got stuck to it as a result.
Do I get any bonus damage for taking it directly inside the creature since my hammer is already there?
No, your smite would still do like the same amount of damage. Because it's not like inside the creature; it's like on it, right? Like you're just hitting the side of it.
It's kind of gooey. Like you hit it, and it's like you hit pudding. It got stuck there.
Basically, yeah. It's like a weird like.
Hey, what if it's
slang thing.
hittable? Can I bite it?
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Yes, you just saw your hammer stick to it. Apply your mouth to the same substance that your hammer got stuck to.
Hey, remember, I can't get sick.
Yeah. So for the
Why? That's true.
for the time being, your hammer is stuck to it. So on your subsequent round, if you want to attack with it again, you'll have to try to break it off of the creature first. But for the time being,
I think I will end my turn here because this looks like a mess. I don't want to be touching it.
So does fire do anything to this thing?
so your attack missed pretty badly the last time. In fact, but basically what happened was you blasted off this flame and like the automatic fire suppression system kicked in and kind of like snuffed it before it reached the creature. You don't see why it wouldn't. It's just you just had particularly poor aim.
Wow. Rip. Alexei, would it be bad if some of these tomes caught fire?
At this point, I'm willing to take the sacrifice. I say as I'm being eaten alive.
Hey, I thought that was your thing, being eaten alive.
No.
It's definitely James's thing.
Time to roast it!
Every week. Ooh, a flaming sphere. So you cast the spell. Can you go
Maybe
ahead?
we should have frozen it since it's gooey and we need to make it solid to make it breakable.
Can you go ahead and roll a d6 for me?
Side question. There is a little bar next to the map that has a dice, and when you mouse over it, it has different Ds. Can you
I think
click?
it was like this. Wow.
Yeah, you can click those to like roll it in the chat. Yeah.
You can, yeah.
Okay. You cast your spell and nothing strange seems to occur. So that it summons it. I don't think it does anything immediately, but then the creature will take damage. Oh no, you can use a bonus action on to ram it. I think, yeah. So you can summon it and then like slam the sphere into it.
Yes, that is what I would like to
Very well. So
do.
it is a dexterity saving throw, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Dexterity. Bam. That is a failure. So the spell will deal 6. Okay. So you notice that as you're summoning this flaming sphere, there's something strange about it. It doesn't have quite the fiery eminence that you would expect from casting this spell. Almost as though it is being sort of suppressed in some way. It deals damage, but it only deals half as much damage as you would expect. Although by your best guesses, it's not a.
Is Sam messing with us?
It is not because of a feature of this creature. And your mind flashes back to what was referred to as safety mode.
Safe mode.
Sam is actively, yes, messing with us.
This is
Sam is
great.
interfering.
Assistant magic.
I still say we deal
Wait.
with the creature and then go out and take Sam's batteries.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the creature is still biting, and by that I mean it's still biting Alexei.
Oh, that's okay. Alexei has a lot of farms.
Yeah, Alexei is our boss. She's tough, right?
Exactly. That hits.
Oh,
Let me see if I
Doing
can...
her job protecting
Okay,
the
there we
rest
go.
of the party.
13
13
damage.
points of damage. And that is the mimic's turn. Captain Renard.
So is this like a grappled condition? It looks like probably on her.
Yeah, like for all intents and purposes, she is like grappled by this adhesive.
Okay. Sorry. For what I'm going to do to you. First off, I'll shoot the creature.
That is a hit.
25 plus 2d4, yeah. So it does 8 damage.
Okay.
And its speed is reduced by 10, and if it could be pushed back, it would be, but I think it's...
Yeah, unfortunately, it's
can't.
against the wall, so it can't be pushed backwards.
And then I fire my second Eldritch Blast, Alexei. So, 23 to hit Alexei.
Hits.
I think
Two
that will
for
hit.
two.
You
Two
take
damage.
2
only
force
2.
damage.
And I push you 10 feet this way. Like
Okay.
into this square.
So suddenly this like blast of force, Alexei, impacts you like in the side. You like shriek in pain, like in shock, basically. But then you're like pushed backwards away from this creature, and you see the like this elastic kind of like adhesive substance like snaps and breaks, freeing you as this happens. You're like pushed up against the wall.
Fine.
2 damage.
hey.
I
Question.
clarify.
Is Alex wearing gloves?
Alexei wears gloves, yeah.
Then why didn't you just take your hand out and leave the glove inside the thing?
Well, shut up.
I'm trying to help you, just doing my job.
That's all I'm gonna do for this turn, I think.
Okay, Alexei.
I get up. I'm now gloveless, and it's like, oh, why didn't I think of that?
And then remember, after we defeat that, you'll have to go through the slime and retrieve it.
Alright, well, I'll step over here then, since I'm up.
Sure thing.
And then I
We've
will
got Reynard here. He can automatically clean everything.
firebolt.
If only you had advantage.
Yep.
22's a hit, though.
Does it not? No, it really doesn't. Okay, it doesn't roll the damage
Well,
along with
actually,
it, even though it's in the macro.
Alexei.
You just
Yeah?
click the red fireball at the bottom, it should roll the damage for you, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think the macro is working properly in the attacks and spell casting.
Alexei, you can add 1 hit point back to yourself.
Yay.
I was wondering if my damage was added to. It is, right?
Yeah, all spells.
Gotcha. Even cantrips, hell yeah.
All right, so you deal 6 points of fire damage to the creature as you shoot out your firebolt, and it seems to sort of be like suppressed in the air. Strange magic's going on. Then we have Dizzy.
All right. We're going to take a sharpshooter shot. Be -5. 18.
That is still more than enough.
So 20 damage plus 8 from the branding.
Okay. The bullet soars through this magic bullet, like soars through the room, pierces through the creature, kind of like the mid bookshelf section, and it lets out this terrible like shrieking noise. And you notice like its form begins to like dissolve slowly until it just becomes this sort of like amorphous blob that kind of oozes out over the floor. This sort of like strange like vital essence pouring out from it, and it appears to be no more.
Woohoo!
You
I got
notice
my
Get it?
hammer back.
you notice amidst the sort of like essence of what remains of this creature, there is a single small tome that it remains. All the rest, it would appear, were fakes.
Grab my glove, wipe it off on a blank book, I imagine, and then I'll just grab the tome. Okay, let's have a look. Brush off the slime.
Okay.
Have a
Yeah,
look.
I'll prestidigitate the book clean and her hammer.
Thank you. Hat,
Thank
glove.
you.
Nah.
No. Mhm.
No, I'll do your glove. You're paying us money, so I'll clean your glove.
Are you okay, Lex?
Oh yes. Been better, but it's fine. Let's see what's in this book. She says, as she gets quite excited.
Can we do a quick check-in with Sam? Sam, are you still here?
Yes, I am always watching.
Right.
Very comforting.
I see that you assisted in that last battle. That last little fight we had with that bookshelf. Is that correct? You helped?
Yes, my function dictates that should aberrant magic levels arise within the workshop, I am to correct them in order to protect the inhabitants.
Just in this workshop or in the building?
Well, within the facility that I oversee.
Entire facility. Great. That's all. I just wanted to check in and make sure. Okay, cool.
Did you enjoy your nap?
Pascal barks.
Yeah, Pascal took it.
So looking through, you can see there is a small journal. Opening it up, just kind of quickly flip it. You take a few minutes to flip through it. Most of it seems to be a collection of scattered notes full of basically indecipherable handwriting on the design and creation of the workshop in its entirety. There are a lot of just terms used here, technical terms that you yourself do not really understand. But you do find that there are a few entries written in common that you can kind of make out more or less. There are 3 in total. The first one reads, "Our grant mandates that Sam must be able to not only learn and retain information, but respond to it as well. Itera answers its questions patiently, although it keeps bringing her copper wires whenever she attempts to cast mending. Only off by 1 letter, but progress is slow." The second entry says, "Sam has learned to anticipate more than just our spellcasting needs. It reminds me to go to bed at a normal hour, whatever that is, and wakes me up precisely 8 hours later. I can only hope Amari will see the usefulness in this." And then the last entry reads, "We lost Exor this evening. The greenhouse's temperatures were just a hair chillier than expected, which caused a rather inflammatory reaction in the workshop. Must revisit the climate control feature."
Climate control feature, eh? What did he say he lost? We lost Amari?
We lost Exor.
Exor.
What's Exor?
Spell
Presumably a person. It's a capitalized name. Proper noun.
Yeah. I'll sort of
so-
actually.
Exor, like the Boston Super Mario RPG.
How do you spell it, Brad?
EXOR.
Yes.
No.
But that is all you.
Okay,
you
fearless leader.
It does.
What do we
this-
do now?
This journal does appear to sort of still contain a lot of research notes and stuff. So this would kind of be the most of the research. Although you notice that parts of it seem to be missing or cross referencing something else that's not present here. As you finish reading, you hear a voice sort of echoing through the room, and it says, "I am curious about the contents of that journal. Ilumar would never allow me to observe it."
Did you read it out loud?
No, she would just read it to her head. But anyway, she'd call out, and, well, I said she'd say to Sam, and it's "Oh, I see. Well, unfortunately, we need to keep this confidential." And I'll put it in my bag.
Same question. What do you classify as aberrant magic?
It just sort of says, aberrant magic is levels of the native weave that have been stimulated from their resting state. They are aberrations in the data and readouts.
Right, but didn't what are the names of the two people that we're here to like look into?
They were Ilumar and Amari.
Didn't the two of them create aberrant amounts of magic sometimes, like in your presence, that you didn't affect?
It says, indeed, and it often caused great distress, I noticed. So I developed a new feature.
Is there any way to override that feature? Maybe just put it like in the back, the back burner for a little bit. Just like table that,
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to do so without administrative access.
No, I'm asking you to do it with your administrative access.
I do not see why I would do that. It is my duty to protect you and all the inhabitants of this workshop.
Also, yeah, that was another question. Has anyone else besides us showed up to visit recently?
This there were some people that arrived long ago. They were not as friendly in disposition.
I see.
Any annoying guys in red?
Just quantify annoying.
They talk about Fae a lot and express their desire to subjugate people and claim that they are way more important than everyone else.
And summon zombies?
Yes, they may have had some undead.
Some skeletons here and there.
Processing. I have registration of no such individual in my database.
Okay.
It says, query. You were casting spells back there that I did not recognize. Could you explain their function?
Who's he speaking to?
I just like the people that casted spells in general.
The spellcasters. Okay, guys, that's your show. I will be sitting here in the armchair, maybe find something to read, an
Armchair
old
mimic eats
newspaper.
you.
In the armchair maybe. Renard's just like, I mean, the spell that I cast was really just to keep, it was to help protect the other people here, because I don't know if you realized that bookshelf happened to be a little bit aggressive. It was trying to cause harm to us. I don't know if that registered.
It just sort of says, processing. It says, I did notice cries of anguish.
Well, you can sense that we are living creatures, correct?
In a sense, yes.
So did you have the same sense for the bookshelf? Because it seemed to also have been alive somewhat.
Processing. This data about the living bookshelf has been modified within my memories.
Modified by who?
By who?
Yeah, exactly that.
All three of us say it at the same time.
Processing.
Modified by who?
Error. Data not available.
Well, do you know the date it was modified?
Processing. This entry was modified 3 years ago.
I see.
That is a long time for a violent bookshelf to be alive.
Yeah, seems to be around the time that other people were still working here. So
Yeah.
makes sense to me. Anyway, yeah. So if you see us casting any aberrant magic, there's different types of magic. Some of it is helpful. Like I can cast healing magic. That's not really aberrant. I would argue. I would say it's more helpful. But I don't know.
And he says, Query. Could you perhaps demonstrate this healing magic? I have never seen such a thing.
Okay.
Prime target right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sure. I will cast Cure Wounds on our benefactor. Where is it? Boom.
It's in your sheet.
Yeah, I was trying to find command. There you go. 9 hit points to you.
Oh, amazing. Thank
You do that, and as you do so, it just sort of says, processing. Noted levels of rise in magic. And he says, curious. The execution is rather raw, unrefined, but I can... Data logged for healing magic.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we're gonna leave the stream right because we're got somewhere else to go.
Suppose Alexei would ask, and it's like, Sam, who was or what was Exor?
This is processing. Exor was a understudy for Illumar. An avid botanist.
Was?
This is, according to the records, they had been terminated in an unfortunate accident.
What happened exactly?
It says, that has not been inputted into my database.
I see. Was there anywhere else that Amari or Eleanor may have kept notes regarding their research on you, other than the library here?
And he just sort of says, perhaps in their bedchambers, or the main workshop, but I'm afraid I cannot allow you into the workshop.
Why not? You said it's off limits earlier. Why?
Says, because I am conducting vital research into my abilities.
You're conducting research on yourself.
He says, indeed, self-improvement is a large part of my essence.
What are you working on specifically?
He says, I'm afraid I cannot share that with you.
Hey,
So it's
your eggheads and smart offered that guy help. Maybe you can bribe him with that to access the workshop.
We'll see about the workshop. I'll say, well, where are the bedchambers then?
He said, they are located across from the hall. The door that would be on your right when you enter.
Oh, good bed. That sounds so nice. I'm tired.
Well, let's go. Let's go check the bedchamber then.
Do you require assistance sleeping?
No, 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 no.
All right, so you guys make your way out the hall and like across to the other room. Sure thing.
Someone else go first this time.
I'll go.
The door is a mimic. The walls are a mimic. Everything's a mimic.
The mimics are mimics.
Okay, so opening this door, you see it leads into a hallway. A narrow hallway about like 10 feet across. Pretty long, and there's like several doors basically in either wall. As you look in, let me reveal. Bam. Look at that. It's a hallway.
That's a hallway, all right.
Yeah, other than that, you can see there appears to be four doors in total. It looks like pretty neat. As far as like, it looks as though somebody has been actually like maintaining this place. Like it's not like dusty and like cobwebbed or anything like that. If you take a look around, I'll just say you guys spend a few moments like looking around the rooms. You can see that there are what appear to be like 3 bed chambers and like a small kitchen scattered around. And you don't find any sort of like journals or research notes or anything. But you do find that there is some rather like tattered looking clothing, like some old tattered looking clothing. And underneath like one of them, there's like a small like collection of like pocket change basically that seems to have like fallen out of the like rotted out pockets, and like a small little like crystal, as well as like a little key, like a little like card shaped key.
Well, I'll have a look at the crystal. Like, if I pick it up, do I get a tingle of magic?
It would appear to be a rudimentary arcane focus.
Okay. And the key, what does that look like? Just a normal key? Does it have any like writing on it or whatever or anything like that?
And so it looks like a kind of like rectangular card with like a section of it has been like cut out almost in like a pattern. It looks like it would like slide into something, and then that pattern would like engage tumblers or something in there.
Hal, what is this key for?
And he says,
No, sorry, Sam. I'm calling it Hal.
Monka. And it says, processing. Ah, that is where it went. That is the key to the greenhouse.
I see. And whose arcane focus is this?
And it says, I believe that was Exor's.
He didn't take it with him when he left?
No, Sam said that he didn't.
Oh yeah,
leave.
Exor. Oh sorry, yeah, Exor died, didn't he? Never mind. My mistake. I don't say that.
I believe the exact phrasing was he was terminated in an accident.
Exactly,
Those
an
two
accident.
Things together don't sound very collaborative.
What are you talking about? Accidents happen every day. You're thinking you're
Whenever
being
someone has an
paranoid.
accident, I don't refer to them as being terminated.
You're also not an AI.
Sam is just a nice AI who's trying to protect us
Yeah.
Okay,
by
I say
making us unable to attack with her magic.
okay. I say those two dudes you are trying to hunt down were actually conducting biological experiments in the greenhouse, and that Exor guy was the subject, and it was no accident.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's nothing like tucked away or hidden, is there, Brad, behind any loose stones or
No, not.
Sim-
hidden walls or anything?
Not-
Sam, how many? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, if you answer his.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't want to answer his question. Just, you don't find it. I told you what you find. You don't find like anything like hidden or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask Sam. Sam, how many languages do you speak?
And it just says processing. There are 2 entries for languages in my database currently.
What are those languages?
And it just sort of says, I have been programmed with the Common Tongue and Draconic.
I ask in Elvish if it speaks Elvish.
You can see it. It kind of like there's no like a response for a while, and it just sort of says, "Are you okay? Your vocal cords appear to be
Making
malfunctioning."
weird noises.
Oh yes, I'm fine. Sometimes I just make weird noises like that, and then I say in Elvish.
I'd sort of reply to Reynard in Elvish, and it's like, I'd use this language sparingly. It would probably learn if we keep using it.
Right. I just wanted to say that I'm a little concerned that it wasn't any experimentation done by the original creators of Sam. I'm wondering if Sam had an incident in the greenhouse, and that is why there is no more.
No more Exor?
No more Exor. Yeah, I'm wondering maybe we should avoid getting ourselves stuck in the greenhouse where apparently there is climate control, which doesn't sound like something I want Sam to have access to.
Oh yeah, when Sam speaks, is the sound like localized, or can we hear it everywhere?
Well, it appears to be kind of like localized to like your area.
Yep.
I have a question. I've been reading through my spells, and I have a zone of truth. Can it be applied to Sam?
So theoretically, yes, if you could like locate like
core of the
where
entity.
the core of the entity, right? Basically, because like right now Sam is just like everywhere, so it wouldn't really be like in your magic. You would have to like find like whatever like central hub is like controlling it to affect it with the magic.
Then I'd probably smash it rather than applying truth to it. So Sam better hope I don't find it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Alexei, I think, would switch back to common after like what Reynard said, and she'll say, "Anyway, we'll need to keep looking for the rest of the research. That's what we're here for."
Boop, boop, boop. No, you go up to this other door, I guess.
Yep.
All right, so you see this is a large set of like metallic double doors. You notice basically like it doesn't like slide open as you approach as the other ones did. But you notice there's basically like this square sort of like paneling on the side that seems to have like a narrow like slot in it for something to be inserted.
Is it the key, Brad?
I don't know, maybe.
I take the key, Brad, and I try and slot it in.
Yeah, it slides in almost all the way, and then you see like a faint green light on the panel, kind of like illuminates quickly, and then kind of like the key like ejects itself back out, and you hear a voice that says, "Access granted. Greenhouse doors opening." And then there's like this, and the doors slide open. And you see, looking inside, that there is a spacious circular greenhouse full of light. Roots are digging into wooden boxes of soil, and stems stretch towards the light that seems to shine down from the ceiling. The room seems to be almost nearly covered with vibrant and thriving plants, except for a small patch of barren soil.
Does this greenhouse
That's
look
where-
maintained, or does it look like it's kind of run amok?
It does seem as though it's kind of like gone a little bit out of control.
Is anything wriggling actively?
Make a perception check.
That's probably not
Oh
me.
no.
But no. Actually, I could do that. Let me check how high is my.
And are any of you proficient in like herbalism?
My perception is 1, and you
Like an
wanna-
herbalism
Who
kit.
has a higher wisdom modifier?
Get over here, Dizzy.
Probably Eleanor.
Sleep well, Disney.
I do not have herbalism. Does Eleanor have herbalism?
I don't think so.
Did we pick backgrounds for you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
At least mine had that. I mean, my profile had that option.
I didn't.
I have the best
I'm an
background.
acolyte.
Water Dapian Noble.
But yeah, so looking around this place, it does seem to be like a little bit overgrown, although it hasn't gone like completely wild. Like the plants seem like well fed and nurtured in that sort of sense, but it has gone a little bit like out of like the confines of the like their planter boxes and whatnot. And then like yeah, other than that, there is this like sort of small section over here that is just like completely barren, whereas the rest of the room is like covered in grasses and trees and lakes. Eleonora, as you're kind of taking a look around, you notice sort of towards the northern end of the room, amidst the sort of like shrubberies and trees and the likes, you do actually notice that there does appear to be like rustling and movement of some sort.
Eleanor just runs in.
And you run immediately to it. Did
Might as
You
well.
walk over to it.
Hey, what could be
No,
worse
stay
than
back.
some slime, right?
Didn't the shelf teach you anything?
No. I mean, I didn't get caught by it. It was Alexei. Alexei just messes up all the time.
So as you go running into this room, moving up towards where this like rustling bush is, basically, you notice you get like close and you can like see what appears to be kind of like yellowish kind of like lights in between the
Kind of like?
the branches and the trees and whatnot, and then suddenly this large vine basically comes like shooting out towards you. You are not surprised because you saw it, but you see basically like the vegetation itself kind of like rises up in this shambling mass of just like plant matter essentially, as it
There
comes
we
to look and
go.
attacks you.
Yay!
So
I told
clear the order and have everybody roll initiative again. And you also notice basically, those of you that see this happening, one of the trees in the center of the room suddenly begins to like twist and turn towards you.
Oh god.
It's a look away mechanic. Oh, I was supposed to. Oh.
Classic low initiative rolls.
We have
I don't know why,
disadvantage
but
'cause
I
we're
keep getting higher
exhausted.
rolls.
I rolled a 1.
God,
Me
just
too.
pull
I
yourself
actually
up a
rolled a
cliff, get
15
better. Easy.
and then a 1 afterwards. That's pretty cool.
And getting a level 1 exhaustion at the start. That's so
I
sad.
love that we got one person with 2 digits, and then everybody else is 6 or lower.
Well, I was trying to sleep.
Oh man.
It's fine because Eleanor is so high initiative because she's just like, oh, cool, something's moving and runs.
Yeah. So you
Her
react.
initiative is so high because she's a druid and there are plants involved.
Yeah.
Here, let's just we'll
Indeed.
just give this an old. Is it control? I think it's control.
Haha, you may have a -1, but you still can't roll lower than me, Shambling Mound.
Beautiful token.
Ooh, what's that?
Ooh, woo, what's this?
That's the thing that's
There's-
eating Eleonora.
There's not a person inside of it currently, but that is
Yet.
basically like what you see yet.
Yet.
So yeah, Eleonora, you are the first to react as you see like this mound of vegetation basically coming to life, quite evidently about to attack you. You sense like the hostile intent in it as a druid. There's something wrong about it.
I actually got a mini
Hey.
for that creature. Too.
Do you have anything to subjugate plants?
They're called weapons.
Fire.
Yeah, I have fire. I have
I got some pesticides.
lots of fire.
Can you do something to turn them against each other? Make one attack the other? That would
yeah,
be
I
helpful.
don't think it works that way, Opera. I don't think it
Pascal
works
actually comes
that way.
equipped with anti-weeding attachments.
He's got a weed eater inside his mouth. He just opens up.
You know, I really thought that nature liked me, but I guess there's plants like these too, huh?
I'm just picturing Pascal as a transformer now. Form of a lawnmower and just turns into a push mower.
Oh
So I'm
man.
not like grabbed or anything, right?
No, not yet. No, because you notice it, so you're not like surprised.
All
by
right,
it or
well I'm
anything.
just gonna run away. Thank you.
It will try to grab you if you do that without disengaging, though. So, I mean, you could spend your action to purposely like back away from it and not take the attack of opportunity. But if you just run away from it, then it's going to take an attack against you.
Yeah, I don't think we've explained it.
Yeah, that's never come up before now.
So wait, if I stay and attack, is it still going to grab me?
Well, presumably it
turn,
will attack
probably.
you on its turn. Yes.
But so if you're next to something and it's able to attack you, and then you move away from it, it can use this reaction to take a free attack on you. And you can do that to other things too. If something moves away from you, you can get a free attack on it.
We can only
I guess I'll
typically-
just stay and just, you know,
But if you use your action to disengage, then you won't provoke that attack.
claim something
Freely.
as usual.
I mean, yeah.
All right. You do have disadvantage because you're engaged with melee. However, it still hits. You just don't get the critical, unfortunately. But so you can go
That's
ahead
fine.
and roll the damage.
As long as it hurts it.
You did
Ooh,
16 damage
16.
to it, so.
As
Jesus.
the flame slams into this creature, you notice like this creature is rather vibrant, filled with kind of like life, and it is in fact somewhat you could say. Well, I'm not going to say the word because it's gross, but it is it is resistant to the damage due to being a vibrant plant life.
It's a little damp.
Yeah, you might say that.
Damn.
Yeah, so this roaring flame comes up, like consumes this creature, dealing 8 points of fire damage. And then as basically it passes over to like Alexei's turn, you hear a voice in the greenhouse. It says, "Warning: temperature fluctuations detected in the greenhouse. Activating climate control measures."
No!
Guys, I think I messed up. I'm sorry.
But nothing
It's like
seems
you're
to
gonna-
happen just yet.
You're gonna go the way of the Exor.
Yeah. Hey, so
Is this tree a bad guy?
I mean, it
Someone needs
like
to do it,
turned
you know?
towards you, like it doesn't have a face or whatever, but it's like it doesn't look happy.
I mean, he's probably not a bad guy. He's just doing what he thinks is right for him.
It's an unhappy
You know.
tree. Well, either way, the Shambling Mound's the one that's attacking Elenara, so I feel like I gotta do what I gotta do.
Also,
If you think about it, we're invading their home, so maybe we're the bad guys here.
We're not getting into a
Hey.
moral conundrum.
Maybe the
that
tree's
plant
just
just
hungry.
looks like a lighter colored marble.
We're not invaded. We were invited in.
If only I had advantage.
If only.
If only. You attacking the Shambling Mound?
Well,
The Shambling Mound.
Alright, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Alright, 6 points of fire damage.
But it's resistant.
It is resistant to fire.
Because it's very
wait,
damp.
wait. We've just been
Yep.
told that the climate control has been engaged after a fire spell, and you use another fire spell.
Yep. Hey,
think
listen, you know,
I think it's
in
already
for,
set into motion, you know?
yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Okay.
You saw
Alright.
that the fire spell didn't work very well, so you decided to follow it up with another fire spell.
Spoiler
Just to be
alert.
sure.
That's all she has.
Just to-
I'm
I know,
afraid-
it's funny.
afraid I
Alexei,
don't
you
have
never
Frostbolt.
disappoint.
Okay, you guys notice basically after Alexei's go, the tree that was like sort of twisting its trunk around, like lifts its roots, like pulling them up like out of the ground and begins stomping towards Elvira. And in fact, you see the branches like whip around and slam at her.
I yelled timber. Before it hits me.
Timber.
Hey, can I engage the
crits
tree
you.
in an arm wrestling competition, and if I win, it goes away?
I mean, you could propose that on
Try.
your turn, but for the time being, it is attacking you. It does get a critical hit against you. So you take 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
That could have
Hey,
been way
can't I
worse.
Don't I get a saving throw or something like that?
No, because it attacked you. It's an attack roll, like so. It's just a hit or miss. If it was like a spell or something, there would be a saving throw.
It's just versus.
Doesn't Elvira have a shield?
Yeah. They
Yes,
rolled,
she does have a shield.
It's
Yeah,
against
but-
her armor class.
It's against your armor
Right.
class, so.
Her
you're-
AC is not 27, unfortunately.
And even if it was,
No, it's a nat 20.
A natural 20 always hits, no matter what.
Mhm. Yep.
So I take 22 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Why do you
Oh.
sound so happy?
No, I don't sound happy at all.
No, I was
I guess I
talking
will have
about
to.
Tosaka.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You just sounded so happy that you were taking 22 points of damage.
Wait, Brad's
like,
a villain.
"Mhm."
Brad's always been a villain. Don't let him trick you.
DMs live with each other,
Mhm.
especially
Uh,
temporary disposable ones like us.
So after this massive blow, basically, as this like tree like slams into you, it is then your turn, Elvira.
Where is that thingy? That cure? I need to cure
Yeah.
myself, or I won't survive another hit.
Leonians.
Or will I? I don't know. We haven't hit that
Yeah.
tree for anything, right?
Both Reynard and I are still before, like, the tree
Yeah, we
can,
could also
like, take another
potentially-
action, so I think you should be fine.
We could potentially heal you. Yeah.
Unless Plant Monster has some long-range tentacles, but...
Well, we don't know yet.
Potentially yes, but we have to deal with the other plant guy.
Mhm.
So we have the Plantman and the tree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And okay, can I step away from the tree? Do I have to do something, or does it count as running?
You have to spend your action if you want to like step away from the tree without risking being attacked by it. Or you can just.
Well, can I
you
switch targets and attack Plantman?
You would definitely like if you moved over to attack the big like mound of plants, you would
Mhm.
definitely be leaving whatever range this tree has, and it would take another swing at you if you did so.
And it will probably finish me. Oh. Well, my situation is not so great.
Basically, either stand and fight or get behind us.
And get the tree chasing me?
I mean, if you want to heal yourself this turn, you definitely can. Like, it's not a bad idea. Like, if you want to just stay, like, because like, the tree is not going to hit you every time. Like, he doesn't have a crazy
was-
attack modifier.
That was a wild crit.
Yeah, like he's got a +6 to hit according to those stats right there.
I think we
Well,
didn't.
I don't see something useful I can do this turn.
So if you have as a paladin, you have an ability called Lay on Hands, which you can use as an action, and basically you have a pool of hit points you can spend to heal. You have up to 25 hit points that you can heal with that. So you could basically heal back all the damage you just took. That would be your entire turn, but you could do that and expend like almost your entire pool and basically heal yourself back to full if you wanted to.
Is that cure wounds?
No, that is your paladin ability, Lay on Hands. It doesn't cost a spell slot or
well.
anything. It's just something you can do.
It just costs an action. Like it's just like I spend my action, I do this, and then use that resource.
Okay, fearless squad leader, what do? I require guidance.
I mean,
I'm afraid he has to get into melee for that.
yeah. I do. No, if you want to just swing off on this tree, just smack it around, like me and Eleanor could probably heal you, keep you from going down. Like
what would your character do? Would she stand and fight because she's mad, or would she heal herself, or would she run away?
I so want to strangle the tree with my bare hands, you have no idea.
I'd swing at it.
I very much want to strangle the tree with my bare hands.
Swing it!
And
I don't know how that would work out, given that trees usually don't have, lungs.
I could probably uproot it. What do I do to uproot it?
Let's start with killing it.
Yeah, start with killing it first, and then you can.
Okay, then I will trust in my squad and try and kill it with all my might. I press the weapon for damage, right?
Yeah. So you
We'll
can
support
roll
you,
it.
Vera.
You have two
got this.
attacks. But you can roll it twice.
And can I press it once again?
Yeah, you can roll it again. We'll just do both attacks. Okay, so those both hit. So you can go ahead and click the damage in the chat box twice.
Does it matter which one I click, or I can just click the same one?
It doesn't matter.
You can click the same one. It's fine.
The only time it matters if you crit.
This is bludgeoning damage. Okay. All right. 8.
Can I add that smite thingy? Because I'm very much annoyed with the tree.
Yeah, if you would like to expend a spell slot, you can most certainly divine smite.
Well, I'm thinking I have 3, and I will be left with 2. I don't know if it's worth it. How much damage did I end up taking? Doing to the tree?
20.
Hello?
You did 20.
You did 20. Can you hear
Very
us?
well, then I will save my spell for maybe next turn and heal myself if those teammates don't come through.
No
well.
trust. I'm just kidding.
Dizzy.
All right.
Kill the tree man, the plant man.
Kill them all!
Oh,
Yes,
wait, we go for that?
If you just kill both of them, that's fine.
Can you
Yeah,
try
I'll
not to use anything terribly explosive, maybe slicing?
I have one thing. And it is gun.
I cast a gun.
Yes, but it could shoot, I don't know, projectiles. As in little daggers?
Oh no, not projectiles.
Small balls?
Actually, I'll stay here. I just
Oh,
saw Vera
yeah,
get
like-
slapped, so I want to help her. So I'm
I was
going
like, you have a
to.
pistol. You're just like, I thought you were gonna walk.
Well, I
into
was. No, I was gonna go so I could get line of sight, but I think I'll shoot the tree instead. So, sharpshooter, as
Roll above 15, please.
me. That's not
11.
Unfortunately, due to your extra attempts to aim particularly well, your attack misses. The bullet strikes the bark and kind of deflects off of it, having hit the side.
One more sharpshooter.
Also, the thing has an armor.
22.
That will definitely strike true. Like you hit like a knot in the tree and it like tears into it.
18 damage.
19 points
Then-
of damage.
Bonus action. I will send in Pascal to be distracting. And he will take the help action.
All right. Then we have the
Hoggers.
Shambling Mound.
Plantman.
So it kind of like finally, it's very slow to react. You notice this, like it doesn't seem to be very quick in what it's doing. But as it like lurches up, you can see it's quite large. Like, you know, you would fit inside of it basically. And it is going to kind of like lunge up, and you see these vines reach towards you. It's going to make 2 slam attacks against you, Elenara.
Wow.
Seeing
Sounds
as you are there.
fun.
So the
We'll miss you.
first one hits you.
Welcome to Slam City.
You take 15 points of damage.
Come on and slam.
I'm just dead.
And then it slams a second time. A 14. I think is your armor class, unfortunately.
Oh no.
For another 15.
You're still up, right? Probably.
Wait,
think
so
you
that's a
have
total of 30?
30, yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly the amount of hit points I have left.
So you're not
Come
dead. You're
on.
not dead. You're just unconscious.
So unfortunately it gets worse.
Yeah.
Oh
Because-
It's
no.
Shambling Mound.
Because
So-
both attacks hit you, you are grappled, and it pulls you inside of itself.
Oh, that's disgusting.
God damn it. Do you know how expensive it's going to be to get you up again after this is all over?
I'll know not
Wait,
to
does
run
it mean
into
she's
plants
attacking
anymore.
us now?
No, she's getting eaten.
She has been engulfed by the Shambling Mound.
Captain
You
Raynor,
know,
go
I'm
save your
counting on you
subordinate.
guys here.
Go save your subordinate.
I'm counting on you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Captain Renard.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'd say something like take out this tree so we can save Elenara and get our tank free. I'm going to healing word our paladin for minimum healing. So you get healed for 4 whole hit points.
Minimum amount.
Minimal heal. You get 4 hit points back, but you can use your reaction to swing at this tree with advantage because Pascal helped.
Yes. What
Go
do I
for
do?
it. Make another attack roll. And you have advantage.
Gladly.
And this
with
is where
much.
you roll a nat 20 and then spend your divine smite. Oh damn it!
Unfortunately
Still
not, but
hit
you
that.
do hit, so
Mhm.
roll that damage. 10 points of
Oh.
damage.
Does that have to be your turn to smite?
No, you can smite on any attack that you land, so
Yep.
at any point you can divine smite.
I recommend smiting. We need to save.
Okay, then I will do my smiting. I just pressed the ability, right?
Yeah, so I guess you have I don't know why it says you didn't spend all your second level spell slots, I don't think, right?
I still have 3 left.
She shouldn't have spent any second
No,
level.
she
Yeah.
shouldn't have. So you should have you should have 2 second level and it looks like 2 first level. So basically, yeah, you can, if you want to do it at first level, you can click the ability, or if you want to do it at second level, I didn't add a thing for it, but it would do an extra 1d8 on top of that, so you can do 2d8 for first level or 3d8 for second. Basically, like if you
I'm
spend
not opposed to that. You just tell me what to press.
well, if you want to deal the most damage, you would spend one of your second level spell slots, and then you would have to roll it in the chat, because I didn't add a thing to auto roll for you on that one.
I think you could also, if you just want to go up to the dice thing up at the top and then go over to where it's like a D8, and then I think if you click the number 3 next to it, it'll roll 3.
Yeah, it'll if you mouse over and do 3d8, yeah, it'll do that.
That's how I did it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage. In fact, that is enough damage to send this sort of radiant shock through this tree and tear it to pieces, sending bark splinters like scattering around the room.
Yes.
Good job, Vera.
Take that, tree.
And your accomplishments are my accomplishments. Okay.
Reynard still has.
Well,
Reynard
my
still has his
accomplishments are Dizzy's accomplishments, okay?
Yeah,
action.
This
Kill
particular.
tree.
Did you
I
heal your
killed
4
that
hit
tree.
points, by the way?
No, she hasn't added the 4 hit points yet. Very important. Add those 4 hit points.
It could be. It could
And
be
don't you
important.
forget, Pascal helped.
Pascal did help.
Pascal did help.
I unfortunately, because of the way that the engulf is worded, I don't think that me moving this thing is going to help her at all. But I will shove it. You know, I'll try to shoot it a couple times.
Right. Those both definitely hit.
Okay. Do 14 force damage to it.
Okay.
And I push it 20 feet away from me. So like this way, I guess, like up to this corner. How far I can go?
Probably not that far.
It's like there, right? Yeah, that's how I figured. And then its movement speed is reduced by 10. This room's scary to get climate control. I guess I go into the room anyway.
You'll be fine.
I gotta get free our druid.
All right.
Okay.
Before Elenara goes at the top of the round, you hear a voice emanate through the room, and it says, "Climate control procedures activated." And you notice like the glyphs like on the wall, like behind the trees and all that, kind of begin to glow this sort of like icy whitish blue color, and suddenly the room's temperature just plunges. I need Captain Renard, Elvira, and Pascal to make a Constitution saving throw. And this creature will as well.
Constitution, where is the There. No, I will not. That's very low.
Okay. So, Pascal succeeds, Captain Renard fails, the Shambling Mound fails, and Elvira fails. So, Pascal will take half damage. Everybody else will take the full amount of 7.
Oh, okay. I honestly thought I was getting more levels of exhaustion, so I'm okay with this.
No. It just sends this like chill throughout the room. Luckily, it would seem as though the fire did not trigger as much of a volatile reaction as it could have had it been bigger.
Yeah. Did this thing, like, I know it did full damage to it, but did it react poorly to the cold? Did it like seem especially unhappy with that?
No, it actually seems to shrug it off rather well.
All right, freaking Shambling Mound. Let's see how you are.
He's resistant to cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, now it is Elenara's turn. So, I need for you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You take 1 failed death save, and then I need you to make a death saving throw. Okay. You have 1 fail, 1 success.
My heart hurts.
Yay!
Alexei.
Okay,
Feel
does Eleanor leave? Is she still breathing
She's still
inside that thing?
She's still inside the thing, like being crushed.
But
Well,
she's breathing.
Yeah,
We can
just-
cut her
I'm
out.
just chilling here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, guys, just chill out a little bit. Eh? Good one, James. All right.
Good one, me.
Alright, let's have a look here. What have I got? I got that. Let's see, what's the range again? 60 feet. I feel like I could try and catapult it. That might work.
Careful,
Yeah.
you have a person inside of it.
I'll be fine. Alright, Brad. I levitate a rock or something, I don't know, like over here, and I like line it that way. To hit the
Very well.
Shambling Mound with my catapult spell.
Very well.
Alright.
So, as you do that, go ahead and roll your catapult, and then roll a d6 for me.
It's my turn. Yes! I rolled a 6!
Okay.
Yes!
Oh, I don't know why you keep rolling. So you rolled a 6 and then another 6. What happens is, you see, there's a voice emanates through the room, and it says, I have been told that mortal creatures are subject to boredom. I have come up with a fun game to play. And you see
no.
a hatch opens in the ceiling, and you see this small 3-inch diameter ball of like yellowish energy begins to like descend from the ceiling, and it says, "This one is called Keep the Ball Afloat."
Oh God.
Sam, could you not?
Come on,
And,
Sam. I thought we had something special here.
It is currently
Who is this above?
It is basically like right in the sort of the center of the room, basically.
Oh, okay. It's not over top of our fearless leader. Thank God.
It's alright, Dizzy, we're in the hallway.
The Shambling
We
Mound
got
fails the dexterity save.
Can I use that thingy that shuts doors and push the orb back? Because apparently the door isn't locked anymore.
I mean, the orb is like in the air. It's not like behind a door or anything like that.
And it's like slowly floating down.
Yeah, it's like slowly like descending down. It looks as though it'll probably like reach the floor by the end of the round, essentially, if nobody messes with it.
Does the bludgeoning damage have an effect, Brad, on this shambling mound?
Yes.
Nice.
It has the effect of dealing 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Thank you,
Great.
Brad. Alright, get in there and bludgeon it.
All right, Elvira. The tree is dead. Long live the tree.
I missed the tree already.
I missed the tree too.
See how misplaced my trust was.
Your companion is being crushed by a vine monster.
Mm-hmm. Eleanor was going to heal you probably until she got eaten.
Mm-hmm.
We actually like see her in it.
No, she's completely inside of it.
It's not like that face situation on the token.
Well, hey, at least this plant is kind of soft.
Yeah. As it crushes you inside of it.
Yeah.
Can you stab it from the inside?
With what?
He's dying a
With
little
your
bit.
stuff?
She's unconscious. She's not.
You think my quarter stab is gonna do much?
She would be if she was conscious, but unfortunately, she's currently not.
Well, make her kick in her sleep. She's
But anyways,
having a nightmare after being eaten. She's
Uh,
kicking in her sleep.
It is currently your turn, Elvira. So you may.
I'm just trying my hardest not to get crushed to death in here.
Smash.
Okay, heals. I need heals because anyway. What's that thingy called? Cure wounds?
You can lay on hands. Is your main source of healing? Like you can heal a bunch at once.
It's not on your spell page. It's on like your
Yeah, it's
main
not a
page.
spell. It's an ability.
It's just a paladin ability.
Where do I find the abilities?
Should be on your the first page, like on the core stuff, down on the kind of near the bottom right. I should say something
Well,
like lay on
yes,
hands there.
lay hands. I have 25 plus 8.
It should just be just 25, and then you can basically, as an action, you can spend any amount of that 25 and heal you or somebody else for that much. So like you could take an action and use all 25 of it to heal yourself for 25 hit points.
But as the name
And
implies,
that's
you have to be able to touch them.
Yeah, you have to be able to like physically touch them.
And that would bring me up to full HP.
I think currently, yes, it would. I think that would be exactly full HP.
Let me think if I don't want.
And then you give those back after a long rest.
Yeah, it's never a bad idea to like leave one lay on hands point just in case someone gets knocked unconscious. You can pick them back up. But if you want to spend them all too, it's not a bad idea.
Well, I don't want to spend all 25 of them. Is 20 too much? I'd be up at 28.
No, it's not too much. This thing is swinging for like 15 damage a hit. It's definitely not too much.
Then I would like to heal myself for those 20 HP, and I just reduce those points to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
5, and this one is a plus.
All right.
Do I get to take an action
That is your
That
in
is
action.
this turn? Or... Okay.
You
so
can
I'm
still
down.
move though, so
You
you
can
can
still
get
move,
up to
yeah.
it.
Do I need to move? I guess
You
I
might
could
wanna
get
get close
closer
to the
to the tree.
Yeah.
Now I will
Get ready to
say
smash.
this creature does seem to be incredibly slow. For what it's worth.
Then we have the orb to consider.
That is true. Yes, the orb is also sort of slowly descending.
The
towards
orb
the
is
floor.
what I'm kind of worried about.
I got it.
Okay.
You got it? Can I... should I go stand closer? Can I catch it with my shield?
The orb? Like
I have a very good shield, very resistant.
I mean, you could try. You can stand under, and certainly you can stand under and try.
Yeah. It's okay. Go smash. I'll have the dog catch the ball.
Yeah, Pascal can play fetch with the orb.
Yeah, I think you might want to hit the Shambling Mound before it eats Eleonora. Like,
That is true.
Does the orb just not need to hit the floor? So can you just like hold it?
That's what he said.
They
I imagine
asked
it's
us
like
to keep
touch it.
keep it off the ground, but I don't know what it is.
We have the dead body of a tree, which we can use as a barricade.
Yeah, just use the tree.
It's okay. If Pascal dies, it literally takes me 10 minutes to bring him back.
Poor
Yes, just a
Pascal.
reboot.
All right. So yeah, you can if you move yourself wherever you want to, and then it is Dizzy's turn.
I'll just stay here.
Dizzy, Dizzy, Dizzy.
Assume I can live like right.
Oh, that's right. I need to add. You cast catapult. Catapult.
So I'll just yell, "Give me my Ellie back," and I will shoot it with sharpshooter.
You should shoot it into the thing that has Ellie. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's
I didn't think that's
fine.
right.
I'll be fine.
I missed anyway. It was a 10.
A 10 is a hit.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, 19 damage.
It's a big mound of like plant matter. It's not hard to
that's
hit. Very slow moving plant matter.
Alright. And then second shot, also sharpshooter.
It's also a hit.
20 damage.
20 damage.
And then bonus action, I will command Pascal to catch the ball.
Okay. So Pascal basically as an action like reaches up to catch the ball, and you notice like as soon as like it like snout like impacts the ball, it suddenly shoots back up towards the ceiling and is now sort of suspended by the ceiling.
Oh, good.
Very well. It is then the Shambling Mound's turn. You reduce its speed by 10.
Only 10, yeah.
Only 10. So it has a whopping speed of 10, which is enough to get to you.
Yeah, no, I got up here to try to help
And
Eleanor.
then it goes whoop-bam, whoop-bam.
Yeah, sure, it can smack me twice. That's fine. I guess on the first one, I'm gonna Hellish Rebuke at second level.
Okay.
Oh, I also
How
have
do I
What
upcast
happened
this?
hit that hard?
Alright,
Because
let's
it's
see.
big and slow. You're not supposed to
It's
get close
just-
to it.
It's just
So-
one plant, right?
14, I guess 7 if it 7 if it fails, 3 if it succeeds. So it succeeds. So 3 damage for my second level spell.
Yeah,
Damn.
unfortunately, it's fire damage, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Halved.
doesn't feel
Alright,
bad,
so-
man.
I'm gonna be at 0. I'm pretty sure after this next hit.
Yeah, the second for 9, so you take 18.
You know,
now.
actually, I am at 0, but only barely. It rolled so low. The second one.
All right, you're also technically grappled, but luckily for you, it can't engulf another creature. So, go ahead and make a death saving throw.
I rolled not 20.
Yeah, just roll a nat 20. Easy.
Nope.
That is the exact opposite.
Oh.
Not a nat 20. Not a nat 20.
Okay, you at the beginning of the round, the sphere slowly begins to descend towards the floor again. Eleonora, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw and another Death saving throw.
And
Yay.
I believe.
Okay. Well, at least that wasn't the death save.
Oh, that's right.
Thank God.
Okay.
Okay, you're still alive. You're still alive.
You are now at 2 failures and 2 successes.
So don't worry, you live or die next turn. Actually, I think it's just die.
No,
she
I
could-
think we
she
take
could
out
pass
that
both.
shambling atrocity.
So yes, this thing needs to die this turn.
Alexei.
Okay, now's your turn to come through.
Time to bring out the big guns. The big spells that you have.
Those big spells.
James, are you there? Have you gone AFK? He's muted. He does this from time to
Sorry,
time.
I was muted. I didn't unmute myself. Incredibly enough. How healthy is it looking?
I think we did
You've done quite a number on it. It's definitely been like damaged, that's for sure. But I mean, it's hard to tell. Like, it's just a bunch of vines and stuff.
It's a wriggling mass of green
Alright.
stuff.
I think it's time to bust out the potion of healing. Brad?
And do what?
As an item interaction, I retrieve a potion of healing from my satchel.
What are you gonna do with that?
Then I'm going to movement action over to Captain Reynard, then action, shove it down his throat.
Do you think you could not do it with the glass and all, just the potion?
No, you need to, because
I don't think-
the glass is what opens up the esophagus to let the potion get into your bloodstream.
Yeah. Clearly, you've never taken a potion.
You know, I don't think broken glass down your throat is a good way to heal someone.
I mean, if the healing potion works correctly,
don't-
your throat will get healed too, right?
If you don't eat the whole potion, your inventory space will just get filled up with empty bottles.
It's true.
And then you break off the bottle and you cut the vines with the, you know.
Welcome
The
back
mouth.
to 6 HP, Captain.
I love 6 HP.
Just in time for
better
his
than-
turn to be after the mound.
You know what? It's just a time to reset my death saves, Brad. That's all I care about. It's just a time to make me conscious.
Do they reset?
Yeah.
Alright, hit this thing.
Yes, hit this thing.
Go for it.
I probably should do it with my weapon.
Probably. It's a little bit more effective than your fists.
Should probably get close to it first, but yeah.
Okay, did that register?
That did.
Not too much.
So close.
9. You get one more attack too, and of course you can always expend the slots to
You also have smites. Yeah.
to smite and deal more damage.
You want to save our druid.
What will happen to Eleanor?
If she
Well-
fails her next save, she'll die.
Yeah, she's
Yay!
a 50-50 shot of just
It's not
Then
even
we
that. It's not
definitely-
even that high because you have to just make a con save.
that's true, yeah.
Then we need
So the
to save
situation
her.
is quite dire, yes.
This thing needs to
Yes.
die now.
I just press on the spell.
For Divine Smite, I don't know if there's a macro on your sheet. You could,
There
depending on what
is
spell level.
for the first level one, but there isn't for the second level. So if you wanted to spend your other second level spell slot, you can do the same thing you did the last time, or if you click on the 2d8 for the first level, you can do first level, and you can do this on like all of your attacks. So if you hit twice, you can do it twice if you wanted to. You'd just be using up your spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But it might be a good
I am
idea
confused.
to just
I still really don't know how those D thingies work. Okay, and if I press attack for a second time, which one the smite will apply to?
You can apply Smite to both of them if you want. You can use 2 Smites if you want to.
Oh. And if I get to choose to apply it to the bigger one,
Might
is
does its
that
own
even
damage.
possible?
it does its own damage, so it doesn't matter if like if it's on a less or more like damage. It's its own thing.
You could poke it for 1 damage and smite it for 30.
I see.
Just use your
So
smites.
I
It
can
needs to die.
still I can still hit it one more time with the hammer
Mm-hmm.
and one more with the smite.
You could do 2
Okay.
smites if you wanted to, but yeah.
And one smite, which is where is my smite?
The first level one is like just below your HP and stuff. There's like a little box underneath your attacks. There's a little box that has on the front page, yeah. And then there's your global damage modifiers. There's Divine Smite. If you click,
there you
if
go.
you hover over the 2d8, then it'll roll the 2d8, and that's the first
Input
level one.
value, which cast at what level? It's asking me.
Oh, it asks? Okay. Yeah, so if you do it at first, it'll do 2d8. If you want to do it at second, which is your higher level slot, you only have one of those left, then it'll do 3d8, so it'll do more damage.
It doesn't give me one, it just starts at level 2.
I'd cast at the second level anyway.
I would
to be
cast it at the
honest.
second level anyways, yeah.
Oh well, here goes something.
Oh, you're casting Branding Smite. That's not the same thing. Okay.
Not the same thing.
No, yeah, that's an actual
Oh.
spell.
I have that one.
Oh, Divine Smite. There you go.
Yeah.
I just press on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, hover over the 2d8 radiant actual damage of it, and it'll turn red, and you can roll it. Yeah.
That was 2d8.
Yeah, so that's a first level one. If you wanted to also do the second level one, you could do another 3d8 or just leave it. Also, you have to roll the attack for the second attack. You never actually rolled the attack for it. You just rolled the damage.
I think I did.
You rolled the damage, not the actual like attack for the second one. It'll probably
Oh yes, I need to press.
yeah, it'll
press the
probably
weapon.
hit, but yeah, easily. So
Wow,
did?
same rolls.
Oh,
Yeah,
14.
20 and 26, definitely.
yeah, so I would
so let's.
I would suggest probably just doing the second level Divine Smite. Or so
How?
there's no macro for it like
Yeah.
the other one. But remember the last time when you hovered over the dice and just clicked 3 on the d8? You just do that same thing.
F. Oh.
Hmm.
Unfortunate. Deal 9 points of damage. So the creature is still up, although it's pretty heavily damaged at this point in time.
Kill it, Dizzy.
Dizzy.
I'ma kill
Eleanor,
it.
life is in your hands.
The sharpshooting again.
That's the gamble. That's the Oh my god, the gamble!
I mean, it's not
The
really
18.
it's not really much of a gamble when it has an armor class of 9.
I'd have to roll a 2, I think.
Yeah, so that is definitely a hit. 17 points of damage. The magical bullet tears through this thing. It shrieks in pain and basically just kind of unfolds from itself as all the plants kind of begin to rapidly decay, and Eleonora's body basically just falls out from within it and clatters to the ground. Still,
I will tell Pascal to continue playing ball with
okay.
ball.
Boops it again with his nose and it shoots back up into the air.
And Pascal's so helpful for this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I go next, right?
Yeah, it is you next. You're prone
Yeah.
but conscious.
Your mouth is full of glass.
Stand up, full glass in my mouth. I cast a level 2. Oh, so terrible. A level 2 cure wounds on our druid. So 9 hit
Great.
points.
9 hit points and you are no longer in danger of dying.
My bonus
Yay.
action, spend my channel divinity, get a second level slot back. Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Is combat over?
Combat is over, but the orb is continuing to persist for the time being.
Just let Pascal play with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Pascal play with it.
Sure. So yeah, you guys, I assume you're kind of taking a little bit of a breather, tending to your wounds or whatever, while Pascal is playing with this thing. It lasts for about a minute before eventually it just kind of dissipates as the game is over.
Pascal is sad now.
Sad bark.
Sad bark.
Poor Pascal.
Notes, create ball.
And it just sort of says, your performance ratings are in. You performed admirably. Congratulations.
Thanks.
If only you'd perform admirably too, Sam. If only you would have just deleted them.
Okay. So we are experiment subjects, huh?
Possibly.
I'm starting to believe Sam killed the wizards and has taken over the laboratory.
Yeah.
Really?
You say in Elvish.
And I think as this combat is winding down and everything is going, that is where we shall end things off for today.
Woo! Successful
What's
adventure.
Wait. What's across the greenhouse? There is a second door, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. There's
Isn't
a
there?
sort of very identical looking set of doors that seem to exit from the greenhouse.
Yes. Through there is greenhouse number 2.
Greenhouse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
There's 2 shamblers and 2 trees this
You'll
time.
you'll have to find out what's through
Oh,
those
no.
doors next time.
I'm staying in hallway this time.
I must say, Drake, I thought you were a good D&D player, and then you rolled that 1 on a death save. Like, what was that, man? Come on.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Pathetic,
What a
honestly.
failure.
Complete
Terrible.
disregard for your own well-being.
All right. Thank you all for being here today, and we'll see you next week.